Hey guys, welcome back. Today, we're going to be talking about something that will drastically improve the look of your videos. Lighting. Knowledge around how to create nice lighting is fundamental to having nice shots. Light is the only thing that the camera sees. So it doesn't matter how expensive a camera you have, how great your equipment is, if you don't have nice lighting on your subject, it's just not going to look that great. Take this shot for example. If we turn the lights off, this is what we have to work with. I think I prefer the other setup, just personally. Especially in this situation, I'm sitting under drop lights that are casting shadows all over my face, and it's really not that flattering. So if you are recording videos in your house under your ceiling lights, make sure you're aware of where the light source is coming from, where it's hitting your face, and if you have any crazy shadows going on, like I do here. Let's fix this up, shall we? Now, you do not have to go out and spend a heap of money on a really professional lighting setup to have nice videos. In fact, you do not need to spend any money to have nice videos, especially when you're just starting out. All you need is a bit of knowledge around how to use the lighting sources that are already available to you. So, I'm going to split this tutorial into two parts. The first part, we're going to go out into the living area and I'm going to show you how you can utilize the natural light source that comes into your house. The second part, I'm going to do a lighting build in this room and show you a basic skill called 3-point lighting using some basic and affordable equipment. So let's get to it. Here we are in the living room and I'm sitting next to the big glass doors that flood our house with light. This is an ideal place to record your videos because the bigger and softer the light source, the more flattering it is on your skin. You don't want the light of the sun to be directly hitting you because it's really harsh and it's going to create some weird shadows across your face. If you have an area where light floods into the window and you sit about 30 to 45 degrees away from that light source, you're going to create a nice flattering look across your face and a little bit of depth. What you also want is depth between you and your background. The more space between your subject and your background, the nicer the shot is going to look, and it makes you stand out more in the foreground. In this setup, I have some semi-see-through blinds blocking some of the light. Because of the time of day, it starts to come in quite harshly and it makes me totally bright and my background quite dark. So I've balanced that out a bit by taking away a fraction of that lighting, but it's still the strongest light that's coming into the house on me. If you're creating Facebook Lives, IGTV videos where you don't want to spend a lot of time setting up for a really quick chat, head over to a window, get that natural light coming in across your face, and that's a really quick way to achieve a more professional look to all your video content. When you're filming indoors, you want to try to use the biggest room available to you. The further away you are from the background, the sharper and crisper you will look in the foreground. Your background will be blurry and soft and out of focus. It'll lift your video to that higher standard because it gives the illusion of space and more thought put into creating your video. Here's what it looks like if I reverse that shot. All the natural lighting is coming from the background. I do have a window here, but it's really not big enough to boost me up and bring me out of the shadow. All the focus is now on the background, and I would need to put an artificial light source here to really boost it up and bring me back into the foreground. One thing I want you to take away from this tutorial is never sacrifice the foreground for the sake of the background. The most important thing is that the focus is on your foreground, especially if you're trying to get information across to your audience. You don't want them to turn off. You don't want them to get distracted. You want them to be engaged with you the entire time. So focus on filming in a spot that's going to give you nice lighting on you, on your face, on your foreground, and worry about the background as your second priority. That being said, you don't want anything distracting or embarrassing in your background. Be mindful of what is in your space, but don't waste all your energy designing the perfect background at the detriment of having a nice foreground. The light is changing again. That brings me to another point. We will cover lighting outside in another video, but the sun just reminded me of a great point, and that is if you are filming outside, overcast days are ideal because you're not going to get the harsh lighting across your face that filming in the midday sun is going to give you. It may seem a little counterintuitive at first. You think, oh, sunny day, beautiful for filming. But it's all about the way the lighting plays on your skin. When you have an overcast day, all the clouds are nature's diffuser and you get a beautiful soft light that is going to make you look really flattering. You can film your videos straight on to your light source. Here, I am flooding my living area with the light from those big glass windows. Personal preference, I do like the 30 to 45 degree facing away from the light source just to create that depth across my face, but experiment, see what works for you, and ultimately use the lighting that you think makes you look the best. Let's recap. The bigger and softer your light source is, the more flattering it is going to be. It's up to personal preference, but I'm a fan of the 30 to 45 degree away approach to get some depth across your face and add more interest to the shot. If you're filming live videos or want to have a quick chat on your stories, if you can find a natural light source coming into the biggest room of your house and create a little bit of depth in the background, that is the quickest way to achieve a more professional look to your video content. Be mindful of what is in the background, but never sacrifice a good foreground for the sake of a background. There we have it. Part 1 of our lighting tutorial. Stay tuned next week for part 2, where I will do a lighting build in this room and introduce you to the principle of 3-point lighting. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a big thumbs up, and if you have any video questions, please leave me a comment so I can answer them for you. Make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video, and I can't wait to see you next time. Until then, happy creating.